So I was thinking about how many good single-player games kind of slip by without getting much attention. You know, the ones quiet little stories, unique settings, or just really solid gameplay that didn't make a big splash but still stayed with you. I started going through some of my favorites, and it felt like the right time to share a few of them. So in this video, I put together a list of 10 amazing single-player games that honestly deserved more love. Nothing too flashy or loud, just games that really nailed something special in their own way. If you like that kind of slow, thoughtful experience where you can just take your time and enjoy the world, this might be a nice list to check out. Glad you're here. Let's just take it easy and go through them together. There's something about walking through a place that feels like it's alive, but not in a loud or obvious way. More like the walls are watching and the silence is part of the story. That's the kind of feeling I got while exploring Control. It's not your usual action game. It's quiet, unsettling, and kind of beautiful in a strange, shifting way. You play as Jesse, wandering through this ever-changing building called the oldest house, where nothing stays where it should, and the deeper you go, the weirder it gets. The spaces feel cold but alive, almost like the building itself has its own moods. I really want to show you this one because the atmosphere is just so different. It's not about non-stop action, even though the combat is fast and floaty and fun. It's more about the way the world slowly reveals itself, how the strange becomes familiar, and how every room you step into makes you want to look a little closer. Even the smallest corners feel like they're holding something. Off but fascinating. If you like games where you can slow down, take in the mystery, and just feel the world pressing in quietly around you, Control might be one to sit with for a while.
The same gun. Now I have a gun.
Sometimes a game quietly catches you off guard, not because of some big moment, but because of how it makes you feel as you move through its world. A Plague Tale: Innocence did that for me in a way I didn't expect. It's a slow, steady journey through crumbling villages and quiet forests where every sound feels close and every shadow feels like it might be hiding something. You follow two young characters, Amicia and her little brother, as they make their way through a world that feels like it's falling apart. But what makes it special isn't just the story, it's the way you have to move carefully, staying low, listening closely, and using your surroundings to stay safe. The pacing is gentle and thoughtful, giving you space to breathe, to notice the small details, the way sunlight filters through broken windows, or how the grass shifts in the wind as you sneak past danger. I really want to show you this next one because it's more than just a stealth adventure. It's an experience built around connection, atmosphere, and quiet moments that slowly build into something powerful. If you like games that take their time, that let you get close to the characters and the world without rushing, this is one you might want to spend some time with.
What the hell are you doing?
Let's go. We need to move. Don't look. No, Amicia. We have to keep going.
Notes. Speak up. Don't make me hurt you again. Be careful, goddammit!
There's something quietly exciting about stepping into a world you've never seen before, one that doesn't hand you all the answers, but instead invites you to explore, to listen, and to slowly find your place in it. Greedfall gave me that feeling right from the start. It takes you to this strange and beautiful island, full of wild forests, old stone ruins, and tensions simmering just beneath the surface. You play as someone caught in the middle of it all, trying to balance diplomacy, discovery, and your own choices as you meet different people and slowly uncover what's really going on. I really want to show you this one because the atmosphere feels rich and grounded, and the way you move through the story feels personal, almost like you're shaping your own path rather than just following one. The combat is there, of course, but what stood out more to me was the calm pacing, the thoughtful conversations, and the way the world just feels alive in a quiet, believable way. If you're into slower, story-driven adventures with layered characters and a setting that actually makes you curious to keep exploring, Greedfall is something you might want to take your time with. You ever play something that feels heavy but in a quiet, thoughtful kind of way? That's what Vampire felt like for me. It's not just about action or choices, it's about walking through dark, rain-soaked streets that feel almost too still, like the city itself is holding its breath. You play as a doctor caught in a strange, painful moment, trying to help people in a place where everything seems to be falling apart, while also dealing with something much deeper, much harder to control. I really want to show you this next one because it doesn't rush anything. The way the world is built, the foggy streets, the flickering lights, the quiet conversations in hidden corners, it all draws you in slowly, giving you space to think about every decision you make. The gameplay has a weight to it, but it's the mood that stayed with me the most. It feels like being trapped between two lives, always questioning what the right thing really is. If you're into slower, story-heavy experiences where atmosphere and emotion take the lead, Vampire is one that might quietly surprise you.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain.
There's something deeply eerie about being alone in space, but even stranger is when you're not really you. I really want to show you this next one because observation flips everything around in such a quiet, unsettling way. Instead of playing as a person, you're actually the system, the camera feeds, the interface, the voice guiding a stranded astronaut through a damaged space station. And that shift changes everything. You're not running or jumping or fighting. You're watching, unlocking, connecting systems, and slowly uncovering what happened bit by bit. The world feels cold and mechanical, but at the same time, there's this constant pressure like something just beneath the surface is off. And the more you look, the more that feeling grows. What I loved most was how slow and deliberate it all feels. Every movement, every puzzle, every strange detail on a monitor somewhere in the corner. It's not action heavy, but that's what makes it so unique. If you enjoy games that let you sink into a strange place and just observe quietly, carefully, this one might leave you thinking about it long after it ends. There's this other gem I've been playing that caught me off guard in the best way. It's called Enslaved: Odyssey to the West, and it's one of those quiet surprises that stays with you. What really pulled me in wasn't just the world, though that's a big part of it. Nature has completely taken over everything, and there's this feeling like the ruins of the past are being swallowed by green and silence. But what makes it special is how grounded it feels. Not just in the way you move through the world, climbing over broken machines and lost cities, but in the connection between the characters. There's a kind of slow trust that builds as you go, and the game gives you time to feel it. The combat isn't too complex, but it fits the rhythm just enough to keep you on your toes, without ever breaking that calm, steady flow. I really like how the journey feels personal, like you're not just surviving, but slowly understanding what this world used to be and what's left of it now. If you're into games that mix exploration with quiet emotion and a little touch of old sci-fi, this one's definitely worth spending some time with. There's something about silence in space that just hits differently. It's not empty exactly, but full of questions you don't even know how to ask yet. Deliver Us the Moon really leans into that feeling. I want to show you this one because it's such a peaceful, haunting experience that slowly pulls you in. You play as a lone astronaut sent to figure out what happened to a lost mission, and the moment you land, it's like the whole place is holding its breath. The stations are abandoned, lights flicker, and everything feels like it was left behind in a hurry. But there's beauty in that quiet too. The slow movement through gravity-free hallways, the soft glow of Earth far in the distance, and the way old messages and recordings piece together a story without ever rushing it. The gameplay isn't loud or flashy, it's more about small moments, solving puzzles, powering up systems, and just listening. If you like stories that unfold gently, with space to think and room to breathe, this one might really speak to you. It's not about saving the world in a dramatic way. It's about feeling alone out there and still choosing to keep going. Here's something different I've been spending time with. A Wild West shooter that doesn't take itself too seriously, but still ends up feeling surprisingly clever. Call of Juarez. Gunslinger isn't just about fast draw duels or dusty towns, it's about how stories get told and how they twist with each retelling. You play through the eyes of an old bounty hunter spinning tales in a saloon, and the way the world shifts and changes depending on what he says. It's just really fun to watch unfold. One second you're chasing outlaws through a canyon, and the next the whole scene rewinds or reshapes itself because someone in the story remembers it differently. I really want to show you this one because it mixes light-hearted storytelling with sharp, arcade-style gunplay in a way that just flows. There's a rhythm to it, the way you line up your shots, dodge bullets, and stack up combos. It feels satisfying without ever getting too serious. The whole experience has this playful energy, but under it all, there's a quiet appreciation for legends and how they grow with every telling. If you're into games that feel smooth, stylish, and just a little bit nostalgic in all the right ways, this is a ride worth taking. There's this older title I've been thinking about lately that still holds a really special kind of energy heavenly sword. You might not have heard about this one if you missed the early PS3 era, but it's one of those rare games where the emotion behind every movement feels woven into the world itself. What stood out to me most wasn't just the combat, which is fast, fluid, and beautifully animated, but the way everything feels weighty in a quiet, meaningful way. The environments are grand but never overwhelming, and there's this softness to how the story unfolds. Like every battle is part of something much more personal than just good versus evil. You play as a warrior carrying a blade that takes more than it gives, and there's this bittersweet tone that lingers in the air, even during the most intense moments. I really want to show you this next one because even now it feels like something crafted with care, not just for the action, but for the emotional rhythm of the whole journey. If you're drawn to games that mix striking visuals with a gentle sadness underneath, Heavenly Sword is something worth going back to, even just to feel what it tried to say. There's this other gem I've been playing that really surprised me. It's called Lost in Random, and it feels like stepping into someone's dream. Only the dream has edges, dice, and shadows that whisper. From the moment it starts, the world feels strangely alive. Like every street corner has a story, and every odd little creature has something to say if you just take a moment to listen. What really drew me in, though, wasn't just the setting, it was how playful and thoughtful the whole thing felt. You're exploring a place ruled by chance, where everything is decided by a roll, and that idea flows into the combat too, mixing real-time action with a rhythm that's slow, strategic, and really satisfying once you get the hang of it. I really want to show you this next one because it's one of those rare games that feels handcrafted, like someone poured a lot of love into the tiny details, the crooked lampposts, the quirky dialogue, the way the world shifts just slightly out of focus as you wander through it. If you're someone who enjoys games with a little magic, a little mystery, and a whole lot of heart, Lost in Random might quietly charm you the way it did me.
Because they were true. Well, so she said. Like the story of the card makers of Five Town, who'd suffered a horrible fate. Evan's father never told her stories. He preferred reality to fantasy. The physicality of hammers and nails to the ephemeral mists of dreams and fantasy. Oh, it was still very late. Or was it very early? And even...
Alright, that's everything I wanted to share for now. Just a little list of 10 amazing single-player games that, in their own quiet ways, really deserved more love. Some of them are hidden in plain sight, others you might have never come across. But either way, I hope something here sparked your curiosity or reminded you of a game you've been meaning to revisit. And hey, if you enjoy this kind of slow, calm dive into games that don't always get the spotlight, you're more than welcome to share your own favorites down in the comments. I'd honestly love to hear what kinds of stories or worlds have stayed with you. If you feel like hanging around for more videos like this, that's cool too. Just take your time, no rush. Thanks for being here, really. It means a lot. Take care out there, and I'll see you next time.